Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Commons. I'm LD Demola, and to my right,
Pascal Atoma, House of Commons.
Ike Onoha, House of Commons.
Ayo Suji, House of Commons.
What is
House
this?
of Commons, my guy.
House of Commons.
Okay, so today's topic is pretty simple. Gentlemen, every man needs a side chick. Period.
Why? Are you talking to gentlemen or everybody? You tell the whole.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
every gentleman needs a side chick.
What about the ladies?
The ladies not even side guy.
You can argue that point, but that's the statement.
That
That's the premise of the show.
Okay, can I go first?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Now you're awake. Now you're awake.
I'm going to answer two different ways.
Okay, cool.
From the biblical. Is anyone there?
Yeah, the biblical standpoint.
Okay, from the biblical standpoint, no. No. Okay, let's get serious. Let me get serious. From the biblical standpoint, no, I would say no to that. But from the
biblical
no, I'm coming. But from the
Secular?
level of stress in the society, the heart attacks happen. Why are you laughing? Let me speak. High blood pressure, people just dropping dead. Nobody knows why they're dying.
So it's lack of a side chick.
Sometimes side chick might help
Oh my god.
because some people have girlfriends who are psycho. Some people have boyfriends who are psycho. Some people are married to another person's husband. Some people are married to another person's wife. In that case, every day is stressful. So if that could be, this is not, if I wasn't a Christian, I would say, if there could be a way where when there's tension between the boyfriend and girlfriend and the husband and wife, there's this window where you can go and refresh and come back. Then I would say, let there be side chicks.
So you agree that every man needs a side chick?
On two occasions I define. Biblically, I don't agree. Societal wise, I agree.
But I remember that we had an episode where you said you're a Christian, so you must live biblically. So,
Oh, I don't want a side chick.
Okay.
go ahead.
Me?
Okay, okay.
You sure you want me to do?
I'll go.
Okay, go.
In life, everything has its role, you know. Your heart beats, your lungs, you know, you breathe in air with your lungs, so everything has its role and its purpose in life. Stress is a killer. So stress is a killer, and in this day and age, especially living in America, in a paycheck to paycheck type of society, where most people live paycheck to paycheck, they live stressful lives 9 to 5, and they deal with stressful issues from day to day. And a lot of times, that outlet could be maybe, you know, internet or whatever the outlet may be. But as we discussed in other episodes, we talked about how, especially in marriages, the sexual, the amount of sexual intercourse goes down dramatically. So what happens is,
When you're married.
when you're married, so what happens is there's a need for a supplementary activity to help.
Okay.
Yeah, so activity to help assist you in keeping you sane, so that you can further.
So you
So you can be functional in society.
Like
So that's why I feel like a side chick is very necessary in that frame of reference. I think is necessary because everything plays its role.
Wow.
It's needed. It's just stresses. So you need to relieve the stress somehow,
Okay.
and that is a way for you to.
People don't play basketball anymore.
That's very important. It's interesting that the reason why we're talking about having a side chick is just tied to sex.
Exactly. I was about to say
Okay,
that.
Yeah.
that's interesting. Well,
No,
hey,
It doesn't.
No. Let me talk.
Let me
No,
talk.
it's not that.
Hold on.
It doesn't have to be sex.
Hold
There's
on.
not to be sex.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me talk.
I bet move back small.
There are two things they're saying.
Because I
Two
want
things.
this, and I'm going to say very, very important. Okay. What we're talking about side chicks is tied to sex, and I'm going to follow that trend. Yes, every man needs a side chick because sex is a need for a man, not a want. For women,
What about for women?
sex is a want. Sex is a want, not a need.
Hell!
And this is the difference between a need and a want. A need is something that you have to function effectively. A want is something that you can do without sometimes. That is why men don't have periods. women have periods because there's a time in the month where their body just tells them it's cleansing, they don't have to have sex, okay? But a man doesn't have a period, doesn't need a period, does not need to be
Cleaned out.
The man does not need to be cleaned out. The man is ready anytime, 24/7.
Ready to be cleaned out.
The man does not need to be to warm up for sex. Does not need to be get in the mood. No, we're always ready.
That's
I like that.
In between,
Ready.
we are ready.
Baba, that's not.
Hold on, because I'm gonna have to talk to you.
In your sexual organs, the actual word is your nutsack. You have billions of sperms ready and always ready to find to come.
Oh, from the scrotum.
For a man to function effectively, you have to have a discharge, which is giving out the sperm, and it's better when you give it to a female because it's not the same thing as ejaculating or mescaline. It's totally two different things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what are you saying?
So what I'm saying is,
Alright.
you have to have a side chick because of the conversation we had before.
Is that,
When you're married,
is that
Hold
called
up,
cheating?
hold up,
Sex-
hold up, hold
Should that
up.
be, is that cheating?
Hold up.
when you are married, sex rate goes down. Definitely, you cannot function effectively if you're not discharging this thing in between your nutsack because
Is that why
you're
some men
supposed
are getting fat?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me say something first. I'm gonna
I'm
gonna say mine. I'm gonna give the foundation. Does every man need a side chick? No, right? If you're in a relationship, do you need to find someone else to have sex with? No. But here's the thing. When we've talked about side chick, you mentioned something. The foundation that we seem to keep going to is sex. So I'm assuming when we say side chick, we're talking about somebody else to sleep with, right? Let's look at another perspective of side chick. Emotional connection, right? Somebody who gives you drive, right? Could also be seen as a side chick.
Yes.
Right? In those terms, people might underestimate the fact that a relationship, not only just sexually, can restrict a man from being ambitious.
Can I piggyback?
Right?
Can I
But hold on,
piggyback?
hold on.
I think
Adam,
you
That's
dated the wrong person.
Okay, yeah. But let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this. Us saying that every man needs a side chick, as far as sexually, means that there are women out there that their role is to be slept with by men that are not satisfied at home. That's basically what we're saying, which is, I don't agree with that.
I want to piggyback on what you said real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up on what you said real
Okay.
quick. First of all, that is actually true. There are women, and that is, I really believe that is their role. At the same time, there are women, and there are probably women out there that will agree with this. Some women don't even care if you cheat like that. When you emotionally connect with another human being,
Exactly.
to them,
To me,
it's way
to
worse.
me,
It's much more deeper
to
than
me,
Yeah.
if I emotionally connect more with someone outside of my relationship,
Yeah.
I think
That's
you
true.
have more of a right to be upset.
Yeah.
Because you can have, as a man, you can have sex with a billion other ladies.
Yeah.
But the emotion
Yeah.
is what women
Yeah.
value a lot more
They do. They
than you having sex with somebody
That's
else.
true.
Does that make sense?
Can I come in now?
Yeah.
That's true.
I have a good friend of mine. Very good friend. Very solid.
And it's not you, okay.
He's married. And every time, he go after his chicks, we call it side chicks. I said, man, you don't feel anything? I mean, what's going on? You know what he told me? He said, bros, if not for these side chicks, I would have been dead.
If not for the side
The
chick.
side chicks.
If not for these side chicks, I would have been
Wow.
dead. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, bro, what do I do? I go to work, I come out of work, I go home, I pick up my kids, I go to my wife, we hang out, everything, the routine is the same.
Of course.
There's so much stress. So the only time you have an outlet, that's how he said, the only time I have an outlet is when I go and do all these head of movements that I do.
Okay, now let me ask you. Let me ask this though. Let me ask this.
What we just
I totally see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
he said this is my own stress reliever. And the way he said it,
It's real,
I was
made a lot of sense to you.
actually trying to attack him.
but it's
But
real.
after he made the statement, I pulled back
Of course,
and I had to really
it's real.
sit back and think, like, is he making sense?
He's making sense. But let me ask you this though.
But yes, he was making sense.
Let me ask you this. Let me say this. People who are watching this, especially ladies, we've mentioned stress a lot. They will see it as an excuse because there are people who just have side chicks for just being
But
young,
women
just
side
being,
chicks,
just being irresponsible,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the thing that we're bringing up that is not a lie, right? And I hope we're gonna have an episode we're gonna bring ladies to the set, is we've mentioned stress, and I'm pretty sure a lot of ladies who are in relationships that men have side chicks don't understand that it's actually real when we mention this stress thing.
Okay.
Because I'll speak about it in a Nigerian perspective, Nigerian household. We've talked about this before. Sexuality is not the first thing that we take seriously as far as need.
Romance as well.
Romance.
Romance as a whole.
When we really investigate it though.
What we do is bomb mans. In Nigeria we do bomb mans.
What is bomb mans?
Chat me is finished. So we don't
You don't bond.
You don't bomb.
He said bond mass.
Bomb mans.
Okay.
Bomb mans.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I said earlier about need and want and sex and sexuality and how much men need sex
Yeah.
is real. And if you, I guess we are very very religious. If people, nature by nature. I mean, in life, human beings. Or let me put it this way: since we're Nigerians, our society we are too religious. What I just said now, if a minister said it, 100%. No, they will 100% will follow. They will believe. They'll say yes. So the man of God talker. But if it comes from a doctor, then that doctor is possessed. And you know what? I'm going to post this on my Facebook page or on APT on any Facebook or post it online. The minister said this in his pulpit. For like 5 minutes, he clarified sex and sexuality.
Did he really do that?
Yes.
Yes, I think I've heard that said.
The pastor, I just can't remember his name now, but
The pastor was saying
this is what the man did. Yes, this is what the man did. He brought the females and the guys and put them on stage, okay? And said, okay, this is what happened in this church. This married couple came, this lady brought her husband for counseling. He said, Pastor, please, this man, he has sex morning, night. He wants every time. He's just, he's possessed.
He's a real lion.
He's possessed. He's possessed with a sexual demon. Do you know what the pastor
God don't bless him.
He said, well, that means I have the same demon after. He said, I also have the same demon. Yes. And minister said this, look, but here's the truth. Look.
Maybe I have the same demon.
I have the same demon. Look, we are sexual beings, okay? As a
Plant seed is our
yes, your job is to release. Most relationships.
Did you say your job is to release?
Is to release. Most relationships, most marriages, most boyfriend and girlfriend. There's something I don't know. Women get it into their head. Now, I'm making a blanket in women. Women get it into their head that once you take the relationship to another level, they kind of withdraw the sex. They use it as a control, as a tool, as a device, as a means to. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way.
Let me ask you this. Let me say this.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I agree? Yes. Do I agree that some chicks might use it as a strategic?
It's not some. I'm telling you 90%.
Okay, fine.
So don't say.
But let me say this. Let me say two
I can give
things.
you an example now.
Let me say two things.
Okay.
Number one, the truth of the matter is the side chick is not going to answer they're not going to solve the problem. The side chick is one of many other options that just remind you that the foundation. No. Let me finish. The side chick, right? The side chick, all the side chick is her or how many of them there are. That the role that she plays is just a reminder that what you're in should not be the case. Because at the end of the day,
but it helps you as a man to be safe.
It helps you as a man to go back to what's not supposed to be there.
If you don't want to break up the relationship.
Okay.
But if you want to break up the relationship,
isn't it
definitely you shouldn't even be
that exactly
doing that.
The side chick is just a reminder that you should not be there anyway.
Yeah, right. That should be your girlfriend. But most terms, I'm just right. But most terms, though that side chick that was helping you, when you start dating that side chick now, then you will now need another side chick.
That's what I'm saying.
But let me ask you a question. What are you to the side chick?
Sugar daddy.
Oh Lord. No. What are you to the side chick?
The side man.
Huh? What are you to the
the
side
side man. I'm not investment.
You the bush dad.
To her, you're also a side chick.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're also a side chick.
Exactly. You're not a prophet, though.
Exactly. About being real. You know, because you see, there has to be mutual benefit for that to exist.
Right.
Either the side chick is using you for money,
She's a prostitute.
Which make a prostitute.
which is domestic prostitution.
Domestic prostitution.
Got it.
Either the side chick is using you for money, for connections,
Mm.
for loneliness, satisfaction,
Companionship.
for companionship, you find it, or it's using you. There must be something in it for her.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so if you say side, that means you are side too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I making sense?
Definitely.
So in essence, I think we should just exist.
Wow.
Without being in a relationship.
Well, I think, and you want to say before we go to conclusion?
Let me explain what I mean. I think we should just exist. If having a side chick rocks your boat, because once you have one, you are a side chick too. That's fine.
Wow.
If staying with your wife and walking it out or your girlfriend and walking it rocks your boat, do it.
Good.
But let,
Whatever will reduce your heart attack or high blood pressure or stress level, right? But it's not hurting anyone else. Do it. That's what I
did you have
Is that a
something?
conclusion?
Yeah, I just
I was thinking.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of struggling with the want and need issue. Like I don't know if it's actually a need, unless
For a man to have sex, to want to need
I
sex.
don't know, because the way you're saying it, you're framing, because we have primary needs, which is like, you know, eating, shelter, things like that. We primary needs that you need to survive. I don't think you need sex to survive. That's just one thing. So, and with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about an instinctual thing that a man is naturally wants to conquer as much, as he possibly can, because that's just our thing. That's just what we do. Or is it a stress reliever? What function does this thing have? And I think that's something that it's hard to gauge, because like Pascal was saying, it depends on kind of the guy, because if he's stressed out, and forget about sex, if he's stressed out and all he needs to do is just call somebody else, because a girl can say that's cheating too.
Exactly.
Because she can
Which
say,
is my point.
she can say you're crossing a boundary. There's some women, they'll meet a guy and like him, and then they'll meet his friends. He has some platonic friends, which is a whole other discussion, but he has some platonic friends who are female friends, and you'll be like, and the wife will be like, you can't talk to her no more. That's done.
Because of her insecurity, she sees something,
You
the
can't talk to
chemistry
her.
there that makes her insecure.
So this is the thing. So it goes back to what we're trying to say. That's why I struggle with the want and need. Is it needed?
Let me just break that down again, real quick. You were talking about the basic necessities of life, which is three things: food, shelter, and clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. That is different. That is totally different. As a man, when it comes to sex, it's definitely a need for a man.
Is that a socialization, or is that an actual bodily need?
It's a bodily need.
Let me say this.
Okay.
Because of the way your testosterone.
I wouldn't have agreed until I saw something. I read some article this morning. I was saying there is a certain age you get to, if you don't have sex, it becomes a health hazard.
Yes, prostate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I get what. Okay.
I read about it. I read about it this morning.
Let me say this.
Go on Google now. We'll find
Let me say this. There's also the truth and the fact that if you want to focus, right, and you restrict yourself from sexual intercourse, like you go on a sex fast, if it is a need, then it will actually push this point to the side. Sometimes you do need to restrict sex from happening to focus. So there's no way that's a need.
No. You just answered the question right there.
What?
Sometimes you need it, but you can only do that for such a.
That's for everyone.
No, you can only do it for a certain amount of time.
That's for everyone.
Yes, you can, but you
And
can
would you
only do
agree
it
that-
but you don't do that for your existence. You only have a period that you do. Look, I've done it before. I've been.
Did you focus?
Yes, that's what I'm telling. Look,
Okay.
Listen. I've been on a sexual starve, if you're sexual deprivation, for about 9 months. And I know what I achieved then. Jesus, or it's for spiritual needs, you can go on a 40-day fast. But does it mean that your body doesn't need food? No, you need food, but you can, for some spiritual needs, restrict it for a time period. So as a man, you definitely can restrict yourself for a time period. But to tell me that you can restrict yourself for 7 years.
No, we're
Come on.
not going to. Okay,
You know why I said 7 years?
I'm taking back. taking it back. And I'm taking it to a perspective that we should be talking about because when I brought this topic up, of course, sex is the immediate assumption. But I'll be realistic with you, right? The reason why I brought it up is because the truth of the matter is, the side chick, right? Whatever her value is, whether it's sexual, whether it's financial, whatever it is, the concept is I am not getting whatever I'm getting from her from my woman, right? So for example, if you're a creative and a certain girl makes you create better, right? Your partner, your wife or your girlfriend might not understand the need for her. That's one. Number two, we have egos, we're men. This could be an excuse, whatever the case may be. Us being wanted by other women spikes our ego. It just is what it is, right? Should that be the case? No. Is that usually the case? Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Right?
Can I okay.
I'm really quick.
Okay, I'm going to
You know that sometimes the side chicks have to save the marriage and the relationship.
Of course.
It's a balance.
Okay, let me tell you what.
Of course. And I'm not talking sexual.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
sexual because sometimes you'll be fighting with your husband or with your wife or your girlfriend, right? And you need someone to talk to that will tell you the truth.
exactly.
Yeah.
This side chick might be the one to tell you when you're doing wrong
Exactly.
and when you're right.
There's one thing I will say to be
That
mindful.
woman will not know that the person that's saving this trouble
Exactly.
is that side chick.
There's one thing I will say to be very mindful
Exactly.
because you have to be careful with the sides because the side pieces
We'll tell you what you need to hear.
they will not only tell what you need to hear, but you got to be careful because sometimes we don't know who's really platonic or not. So we don't know who is really trying to get at you, who really wants you deep down inside. So they may say some things that may jeopardize your relationship.
Of course.
In the midst of you getting, I get advice too from other women too.
Oh, so you have side chicks.
I have plenty of side chicks.
Okay, we conclude.
Hold up.
yeah.
Hold up. Let keep
No,
going.
but I definitely have plenty of side chicks, and I think that. No, but on a serious note,
Who's the main cause?
who's
The main course.
Who's the
Okay, now let me ask you this. So since we're talking about side chicks, right, and we're saying that sometimes it is needed,
Yeah.
right? On a woman's side.
I was going to say that
On a
earlier. I
woman's
don't want to
side,
change the
as
subject
a
yet.
man, let's
Yeah.
say your wife agrees that, okay, I get it, men like being wanted by other women. Does it go? And I'm not saying that's the case because some religious people are like, that means you're not grounded and your heart is shut up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for real. Just shut up. Because I'm not saying you need to be wanted by women to feel like a man. No. I'm just saying we have egos. And just like women like looking nice, no matter what a woman wants to tell you, if other guys admire women, they love it.
They want it.
They want it, right? So let me say this. What about if your wife says she needs a side man? And we're not even talking sexual, because I know if my wife is like, I need to go have sex with another man,
Can I answer
we
that?
donezo.
It's
Let me ask
N-O.
Let me answer that.
It's N-O,
Let's
but-
answer that. See, the difference between men and women is that
Territorial.
men are very territorial.
Mawa.
Sorry, women. Worse, actually.
Men are more jealous than women.
Are you serious?
Well,
I don't know if I'll.
Men ego.
It depends, bruh. It depends on the situation. Certain situations I can.
No, I'm coming out when the ego mixed with a little bit of jealousy, it's stronger than. But women, their ego is not that high up there.
I don't know, bro.
you're comparing cats and dogs, and cats are very, very, very dangerous.
Okay.
Women being cats.
Can I finish? Huh? So, you don't make me forget what I was.
Because the spirits of women are just like, did you just say that?
What did you say before?
I said, I don't remember what I said.
It's not that important. Let's conclude.
No, it's really important. Yeah, please, go ahead.
If you're a Christian and you live as a Christian, live with Christian norms and values, you shouldn't have a side chick. There's no reason, no excuses for a side chick. But if you're a regular person living in society, you can do whatever rocks your boat. That's my conclusion.
What is your take? Do you need a side chick?
My take,
Do you have any side chicks?
Pascal Altman is going to be happy the day I'll die. That's it.
Oh, a side chick's really cool.
Yeah?
Side chick.
Relate that to side chick, yes or no?
Pascal Altman is going to be happy and do whatever that will keep me happy till the day I die.
Okay,
Closed.
I give you that. From my perspective, does a man need a side chick? No. But here's what I would say to women who have men.
Do you have a
Right?
side chick?
No, I don't. Do I have someone other than the girl in my relationship? I'm in a relationship that I talk to? Yes, absolutely.
But not Chuku.
Never. Never. Would never open that door ever in my life because that's when trouble begins. But what I'll say to women, right? And I can only say this because I'm speaking from a man's perspective, and I know there are ladies out there that want us to have discussions with women, which we will do. For women who have a man, know what his drive is. Know what drives him in life. That is usually what makes men stray towards side chicks. So if you accept what drives him in life, what his foundation is, he will not go searching. Because side chicks, as you mentioned, they will tell you everything that you want to hear because that's what the man needs to hear. Period. So if you're in a relationship with a man and you know what drives him, try your best to keep pushing him toward what drives him and towards where he's looking to go.
That's a great conclusion.
It's a great conclusion, but I disagree with it.
Why? Why?
Well, that's your disagreement.
What would you say?
Let me say what I say a dog. No matter how much meat you give a dog, and you see another meat over by the dog, wow.
Yeah, but that's in the assumption that the side chick is there for sex.
Because some women are out there who do everything for their guy, everything for their husband. Can I use mother sucker?
Yeah.
The mother sucker will go out and do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I disagree with that conclusion.
Side chicks hit me up.
All right. Can you go please?
Yeah.
You think side chicks watching this?
I thought you already concluded.
No, I just give you one quick one. In Lagos, Nigeria,
God, such a capital.
I believe the statistic for married men that actually are faithful is about maybe 5 or 10%. That's a that's a
yeah, bro.
I'm putting
Lagos, bro. It's out there.
Yeah, he's not lying though.
I'm telling the truth.
I need to see back
So
on this.
I want
I
to,
know.
and I don't really know what the statistics are for the United States of America. It could be more, it could be less, but I'm under the impression, this is another avenue, I'm under the impression that a lot of this is sociological socialization. So if you're in an environment, because I know that back home, a lot of your coworkers, if you're a man and you're working, some men actually they're fine. They don't even want to have anybody's side chick, but you know, in their environment, their coworkers like you need to have a side chick. It's almost like you need to have it. You must have it, and they pressure each other. It's almost like I don't have a side chick, but you have one, and you have one, and you have one, and all of y'all are like, man, you need to get one. And I think a lot of this is dependent upon your environment too as well, because it depends on your experiences, your environment, who's around you, what's going on, because those things kind of dictate. Because I feel like in some places it's almost mandatory for you to have a side chick, and the way we relate to women is different than the way we relate to women in other places.
That's true.
Okay. Can I go? All right. Okay. Well, this whole episode is not about supporting infidelity. I do not condone or support infidelity or cheating. It's all about understanding your mate, understanding who you're dating, who you're with, and whatever. Side chick, in the sense that you have described earlier, it could not just be only for sex. It could be for mental stimulation or whatever, friendship or whatever floats, what makes you strive to get to the next level.
Exactly.
Okay? But in the case where it has to do with sex, as long as you have an understanding with your partner, then it's not cheating. Okay, it's okay to have a side chick.
Why are you talking so soft?
Because it's
I'm
driving the point home. As long as no. I know. As long as you have an understanding with your partner, your mate, okay? You guys have an understanding. Because I don't support you doing rohi business on the side. No, then it's cheating. Have an understanding with your partner, okay? Some women, I found this out a little bit later in life, that some women don't like sex as much as some other women. You know what I'm saying?
So that's
find a balance.
Exactly. That the reason for having a side chick is just because
Correct. For those ones. So those ones, some women, for those that sex is not as important, find the mate that like the same thing like you. For me, my sexual drive is very high, okay?
Don't say something.
Are you kidding me? My sexual drive is high. And if I'm going to date somebody that is not going to be giving me, to make me fulfill my God-given, giving talent to release.
Hold on. Before we cheer. Maybe this will lead to the next one. Do you think, and I'm sure people have this question out there, so just before we do, let me ask the question. Do you think having a side chick makes a man less of a man? And do you think a weak man is the one that seeks someone outside of his relationship?
Wow, that's a great topic. No, you're not weak for seeking somebody. You're weak. You're weak. I'm answering already. You're weak if you don't tell your partner, if you're not upfront with your mate, your partner, then you're weak. You're not weak for seeking outside. You are actually smart. Oh, definitely.
Can I answer that question?
You answer.
This cannot be a long topic, so we're going to answer it now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
This is
it's
new.
not-
And everything, conclusion, we're jumping back
I
into
don't
Go ahead.
think side chick or no side chick has anything to do with the strength of a man.
Why not?
Why not? It's a different ballgame, bro.
Really? That doesn't help me though.
It's
a different ballgame.
It's a different ballgame.
So we continue.
Is it like some underground world of just side chicks?
Let me tell you something, right? Let me explain myself.
I wanted to stay.
I have a lot of my friends who are really big boys,
Right.
very strong dudes. I have their side chicks here and there, right? I ain't got nothing to do with their strength in life. Nothing, 0%.
Okay, when I'm talking about weak strength, I'm talking about a man that cannot zen himself from the outside noise. You're not one with, because if we're talking about biblical, strength comes in spirit,
see, that's a
right?
different- you see-
You're able to ignore everything and control yourself.
If you go to the biblical side, right, then that's different. In the spiritual world, the Christian perspective, right, it will be defined as weakness in spirit.
Okay, good. I
Weakness
think
in
in line with this topic,
Can
for our next topic, I think we should talk about this. Bondage and submission.
Can I? Okay.
You know, bondage and submission.
Everything has
Can you submit to some dominatrix? Can you submit to dominatrix?
Oh my God.
I think that would be the funniest way.
a